33, I make $180,000 a year at a tech startup based in New York City, and here are all the things I plan on doing. It's a lot. I'd be lying if I said trying to achieve all this is not intimidating. So in response to those feelings, I decided to up the ante, and I hope you see why that sets this channel apart. You see, I already left my job. That's right, in January of 2026, I couldn't take any more of the rat race. Climbing one rung of the corporate ladder just to climb the next is suffocating. So I left. You see, the clock is already ticking on this challenge. It's April. I've made a whopping $0 since I've left my job. I only have so much runway for this whole thing to take off. If I can't do it in that span of time, this all crashes and burns. I want to make sure I document this journey as transparently and fully as possible. That means the videos you see here are going to be faceless, and there's not going to be a whole lot of editing. My goal here is not to entertain you, it's to document. So you can take what works, avoid the pitfalls, and feel emboldened to do this yourself. If you're watching this, you might be where I was before I left my job. You're on the hamster wheel, you're not sure why, and you don't know when you're getting off. You might be someone that wants to do a lot in their community with not a lot of money and not a lot of resources. If you do that kind of work, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So stick along with this channel and we'll figure out together how to make real progress in the community that we want to help and need to help. So here's where I'm starting from. Bear in mind, I've been planning for this for a few years now. I lived in New York City, paying $3,600 per month in rent alone. And lifestyle creep is no joke. $180,000 a year sounds like a lot, but it's not that much when you're indulging in the New York City lifestyle. I've since moved back to my hometown. I rent instead of own. I meal prep. I own a paid off car and use public transit as much as possible. So I've been able to reduce my costs to about $2,000 to $4,000 a month for everything. In terms of finances, I have a net worth of approximately $316,000, with a good chunk of that in liquid assets because there are plenty of bubbles ready to pop. In order to retire my mom, I need to have a couple things in place for her. Stable housing, ideally a single-story home of her own, access to medical care. She has a rare form of glaucoma in her eyes, and so wherever we decide to go, she will need access to specialized doctors and medicine, or she'll go blind for the rest of her life. Starting companies is no easy feat. Starting co-ops is another beast entirely. With a traditional company, you can usually get by with strong founders to carry the company long enough to get things going. With a co-op, you need strong, democratic governance from the beginning, which means a strong team is crucial. I've been part of a lot of great teams, inside and out of my career, but I've never built teams from the ground up, especially not for the purpose of making money. I plan on leaving the United States for a number of reasons. A lot of my family is from South America. I thoroughly enjoy visiting and miss them all a bunch when I'm not there. It'd be so great to reunite my mom with her family and make a life there with all of them. I won't get into it too much here. If you want, we can explore this more in a different video, but countries have micro and macro economic cycles all the time. Superpowers or empires also have cycles. America, the empire, is on the tail end of the superpower cycle, and usually when there's a shift in superpowers, it is a very large event. Think of World War II. So if something were to happen in my lifetime, which is incredibly likely, I'd like to be with my family and away from the clown show. With all that said, that's why it's incredibly important for me to replace my W-2 income, not just with another W-2, but with multiple streams of income. So all that to say, what can you expect from this channel? Like I said before, I'm documenting all of this for you and for myself. I wanted to do this for years, and perfectionism, imposter syndrome, which are both rooted in insecurity, have kept me from doing it. So I owe it to you, my younger self, to give it a shot. As I learn to become a business owner, a team builder, and execute on my goals, you'll see how I think through the problem spaces and work out solutions that you can do yourself. If you are like me and you're tired of being on that hamster wheel, climbing rung after rung, being told your goal in life is the next promotion, this channel is for you. And for the folks that are trying to do cool and good stuff in their community, but don't want to rely on grants or other types of funding, this channel's for you. And I just want to say, we are not beholden to the systems that perpetuate harm to our communities and seek to squeeze every drop of productivity out of our bodies until they can replace us with AI robots and throw us to the trash. We can choose different. I'm choosing different. And I hope that you feel emboldened to do the same. If not with this video, then hopefully with the next one. In my next few videos, I'll show you what my budget looked like before and after the move from New York City, how working for the last startup positioned me to build a company that's destined to succeed, the concrete numbers I need to hit to retire my mom and replace my income, and why I could retire early but choose not to.